We are now in December, the final month of the year, the holiday season as well, and we've had loads of different sets and beautiful products come out this year. Today, we're going to be looking at the top 5 products that you want to consider investing in for this month of December, as well as consider buying as holiday presents for your loved ones. Let's dive in. Now, there's going to be tons of other products that we're not going to be highlighting today that are also going to be great holiday gifts, such as the 151 UPC or the Charizard Premium Collection box that just came out with the Charizard figurine. There's tons of different gift ideas, but with the products that I'm going to be looking at today, what I'm trying to do is give both an investment opportunity as well as a holiday gift opportunity. And the first one we're looking at today is the Paldean Fates Elite Trainer Box. Yes, the ETB from Paldean Fates. This is the holiday set from the beginning of the year, the beginning of this year, that is. And of course, because it's a holiday set or a specialty set, we don't have a booster box with it, hence why we're looking at the ETB itself. And this is actually a really great set, and it has a few chase cards in it as well, and a couple of the cards that would actually make the top 10 of the year, as well as the top 10 of Scarlet and Violet era itself, such as the Mew, as well as the Charizard. And the pull rates are a bit tough with it as well. Looking at the price, it actually has surged like big time in the last 6 months. Majority of that pump here started happening around the beginning of October, where it was around that $45 mark, and then we see it kind of surge upwards here to that $60 mark, and then 67, and that's where it kind of is at around, and that's what it's more or less around right now, around that $60 to $67 mark for this ETB. So still not too bad. If we look at what it's done in the last year, so it's kind of been steady and stagnant around that $40 to $35 mark, and only now we've seen the pickup. And of course, there's a lot of elements to this. Of course, the set's been out for a year. Is there going to be a reprint or a restock? We don't know about that. And the fact that it's the holiday season as well, the price of this has gone up a bit, and you're going to see that with a lot of these products. This is a great one for investment as well. I usually like to go with booster boxes when it comes to investing, but as I mentioned earlier, this is a holiday set, so there is no booster box, so the ETB is the next best thing. And because this is actually a really decent set, it has really cool cards, this will probably be worth something in the future. As a gift idea as well, it's not too expensive in the sense of it's like $60 to $70. Whereas if you're looking at other products such as UPCs, as well as the booster boxes, you're going to be over that $100 mark, over that $200 mark if you're looking at the UPC perspective. So it is relatively affordable as well. So Paldean Fates ETB takes the number 5 spot in the top 5 products you want to invest in for December. Next up, we've got the Temporal Forces booster box. Now, this is an interesting one, and the reason why I picked it, honestly speaking, is because of its affordability in comparison to some of the other booster boxes, and it's still a respectable set as well. So looking at Temporal Forces here, it has actually had a surge as well. We're around $118, $120 mark around the beginning of November, and we're up to $135 now. So we're seeing this box as well start to climb up. And if we look earlier as well, around September, we're only around $100. So again, it's happened over the last couple of months where we've seen this surge in Temporal Forces. And again, the set's been out for a while. It's a little bit more affordable as well in comparison to some of your other booster boxes, such as Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, or even Paldea Evolved. Those are all super expensive, but they're much more expensive than your Temporal Forces booster box, which is around 134, whereas the other one's going for around 160 plus at this point. So it's a relatively decent investment. The pull rates are tough with it as well, and you've got some really decent cards in it. So overall, it's a decent booster box for a respectable price, and it's been out for just under a year. So we'll see if there's going to be a reprint on this one as well. But overall, this is the number 4 box for me at this point because of the price and because it still has some decent cards in it as well. So I do want to highlight, it's not the best set from Scarlet and Violet era, but it's definitely not the worst. So I would say that this is very mid-tier in comparison to, for example, if you look at your lower tiered ones, such as base set as well as Obsidian Flames. Temporal Forces tends to be more in that middle section, in my opinion at least. So I think this is good for investing more so than a holiday gift. And looking at the products that I have selected for today's video, I think I will make another video on different products specifically as holiday gift ideas, because again, a booster box is a great one. I would love to get a booster box for a holiday gift, but maybe for kids that are, for example, under 10 years old, you might want to get a box that has like some figurines in it, like the Charizard box I was talking about, or some pin collections, or like some promo cards, like something cool like that. So that's another thing that I want to highlight, that majority of the products are not going to be like that for this video, but they're still good investment and holiday gift ideas, because let's be honest here, if somebody buys me a Temporal Forces booster box for the holidays, I'd be quite happy with it. So Temporal Forces nonetheless takes the number 4 spot in the top 5 products you want to consider investing in or buying as a holiday gift for December. And the Surging Sparks booster box also makes the top 10 list, and of course this box is both a great gift idea as well as an investment, and it's going to be expensive. I'm going to be straight up with everyone here. We're looking at around $206 for this booster box, and this box has been out for like a month, not even a month, let's be honest. It's been out for 3 weeks, and we've gone up about 40% since its release here. I mean, we were already around that $150 mark on opening week, and we've gone up another 50-ish, 60-ish dollars here. The product is very difficult to get. It's sold out almost everywhere. If you can get your hands on this bad boy for around $200, I think I'd still go for it. Is there going to be a reprint or a restock? Yes, 100%. This has to have one. It just, there wasn't enough product during the release week. I feel like they did not print as many products, and I did state that I did have some information from a few folks mentioning the same thing, where they did not get a lot of this product in comparison to, for example, Stellar Crown or Twilight Masquerade. So I do believe that Surging Sparks is going to have a reprint or a restock at the minimum here, and I think what's going to happen with it as well is that even when it does have that, the price of this is not going to go down substantially. You're probably going to see this go down maybe 20, maybe 30 bucks maximum. And right now, I don't see this box going down at all. I think this box is going to continue to increase. And where will it land? I mean, $250 is probably pushing it at this point, but somewhere around that $225 to $230 mark, I think is a fair ask for this box, because again, you've got multiple bangers. You've got the Pikachu card that's worth over 400 US. It's finally kind of staggered down a bit now. You've got the Latias, you've got Lysae's Appeal, you've got Jasmine, there's so many illustration rares and special illustration rares that which is what I'm referring to right now, that are available here, and the pull rates are insane. 1 in 1,000, 1 in 960 for a specific illustration or special illustration rare, which makes it a huge difference. So very minimal amount of product, very difficult pull rates, the chase card of the era, in my opinion, so far at least. Really and truly, the only sets that have a chance at taking this one down are the Team Up sets, which is the product that's going to be coming out in 2025, which is the set with the Pokemon and the Trainer collab, such as your Gym Heroes Gym Challenge style. And of course, Team Rocket, that one has an opportunity at as well. But after that, I really can't see anything else beating this one out. And it really depends on how well those two come out and how well they're liked and how their pull rates are, and a bunch of other factors that come in with that as well. So that's going to play a factor into this as well. But Surging Sparks right now, I think is a great investment. Has the potential to be your Sun and Moon era's tag team, or your Evolving Skies from Sword and Shield era. It has the potential to be like one of those booster boxes. Tag team, of course, I'm a little bit pushing it because that's going for around 25 to 3 grand. But essentially, you get my point as being the number 1 set from Scarlet and Violet era in comparison with those, which were the number 1 sets from their eras. It has the potential for that, and you don't want to miss out on this one, especially as it's going for around that 200 price. And if you can get it for that, I think I still would. So Surging Sparks booster box, great investment, great holiday gift. If somebody bought me that, I'd love it. I think I'd love it more than Temporal Forces, and it takes the number 3 spot right now. Next up is the Stellar Crown booster box, and this one is a relatively new set, and it is a relatively affordable one, and I think it will do well in the future. And it's already doing well, because if we look at what's going on here, because when it came out, we were looking around that $103 mark, and it has gone up to $120. This is what you call a normal kind of, okay, you know, this is a good box, it's starting to get some value, it's up 12%. This is good because it's only been out for a couple months, it's already up 12%. And although the chase card, Terrapagos, has gone down substantially, I think we're looking around $75 to $80 for that card now, US, there are other cards such as the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle that are really nice, and those are actually worth around that $40+ mark themselves. And I think PSA 10 for a Squirtle actually brings in around 200, 210 US. So those cards are still in this, which are really great. And again, the illustration rares themselves, or the special illustrations, are difficult to pull. You're looking at like 1 in 500 for one of those. Regular illustration rares are a little bit easier to get, but the overall pull rate is tough with Stellar Crown. And I think this is one where if you're looking for a bargain, if you're looking for something that's relatively affordable, Stellar Crown booster box is still a great price right now, $119, only up about 12%. I would definitely be going for this booster box in comparison to some of the other ones in the Scarlet and Violet era. So Stellar Crown booster box takes the number 2 spot in the products that you want to potentially invest in for this month, as well as buy as a holiday gift. And the last one that we're going to be looking at today is actually a Japanese set, and I usually don't dive too much into that area, but every once in a while I do add in a Japanese product. I've added the Japanese 151, I've added I think EV Heroes at one point, but this one over here, this is the Terrestrial Festival. This is coming out the first week or second week of December. It is something that you want to consider, because this is, if for example they take Terrestrial Festival, and by no means am I going to call this the Evolving Skies of the era, because I don't think it will be. Again, it's a holiday set, it's a little bit different, but it will have some push and drive with it, at least I would think so. And with the Japanese booster boxes, they're much cheaper than your regular Canadian or English booster boxes, that is. So here you're looking at a booster box for $82, whereas in Canada, when a booster box comes out, you're looking around usually $150. So it is actually a relatively affordable booster box in comparison to our North American ones that we get. $82, honestly, not bad. This is especially for those of you who like to invest and love the evolutions. This is a great one to get as well. You're getting the sneak peek into what we're going to be getting with Charismatic Evolutions coming out in January. So this is a great one, $82. I thought I'd end it off with something a little bit different here, as this is a Japanese set, one that's not even out yet. It's going to be coming out in another week or so here. And I think this is one that's something that you want to consider, especially that it is a booster box. And we're not going to be having a booster box with the English version of this. This one, just because of the price, I think picking up a couple of them won't hurt. Regardless of how it does, $80 is not too bad in comparison to buying a booster box for $150 in English. It gives you an opportunity at, looking at the Japanese market as well. And if you are somebody that's into collecting this, why not rip into one of these as well? I know personally myself, I will be collecting a couple for my personal collection, for investment that is, as well as opening some of this, because I would love to pull some of the evolutions from this set. So I wanted to end it off on this one. Officially coming out December 6th, you can get this one. For those of you in North America, it might take a couple extra days. And Terrestrial Festival is taking the number 1 spot for me today, because one of the price of this one and the fact that it has something that a lot of people want, which is the evolutions. So that is my list for today. So that's a quick look at some products you want to consider investing in for the month of December. Some of these products are also great buys for gift ideas, that is, and we will make another video specifically for gift ideas for those of you who have children or you have friends that you'd like to buy some products for that have other little cool things with it. I will be making a video on that, but just to focus on this one again, for me, I think the Paldean Fates ETB is a good one right now, especially with the Charizard and the Mew and how well they're doing. You've got Surging Sparks, which is another great one. Again, we see what happens with sets that are the number 1 or the top sets from a series. They do really well in the future, so this is a great opportunity. I know it's expensive. I don't personally see it going down much further, maybe 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. So it's a good time to buy that. Stellar Crown is a very good price right now. It's still around $120. It's something that I would consider as well. And Temporal Forces, one of the booster boxes that I would say is a mid set, is still relatively affordable, and we'll probably see that one climb up further in 2025. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this list and whether you have other products that you would consider buying for investment or as holiday gifts. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. You guys are the greatest. My name's TRV. I'll see you next time.